let's say that instead of printing this value in here, we want to pretty much store the result of it into a variable. So how do we do it? So in latest versions of Java, we have a new way of working with switch statements. So this depends on whether you are using the latest versions of Java or not. So within IntelliJ, if I go to File and then Project Structure, and in here we see that we have the language level. So if I click on it, you can see that we have a few versions in here, but have a look. I think it was since Java 14 that we can use switch expressions in here. So let's just cover switch expressions, which is basically anything which is available since Java 14. If you're using a prior version, then this will not work. So if I cancel this, and in here, what I want to do is I want to store the result of excellent, either pass or fail, into a variable. So how do we do it? So in here, let's just take all of this and we can say in here, switch, and we want to switch on a value. So here I'm going to say grade, and inside I'm going to say case. So it looks almost the same, but you'll see how this will come together. I'm going to say case, and if this is A, so basically this exact same thing here. So I'm going to take this excellent, and then I'm going to say dash and the greater sign, and then excellent. All right, and then end this with semicolon. Now this is saying that this is not a valid statement, and that's because we need to store the result into a string, and I'm going to call this as result equals to, and then switch. Now we also need the default. So here I'm going to say default, and here I'm going to basically return fail, just like that. And one last thing that I'm missing is a semicolon right here, and have a look. So now this string called result will contain either excellent or fail. So if it's B or C, so I'm going to say case, and then B, comma, and then C. So if this is the case, I'm going to say pass. And you can see how this is coming together. Now at this point, I could just basically print the result. So I can say result, and this will give me the exact same thing. So if I run this, have a look, we have pass and then pass. So it doesn't really matter. Basically we have twice because of this above switch statement. But if I change this to, for example, A, we should get excellent. So you can see that now the result is being stored inside of this string. So if you want to do anything with it, maybe you want to say dot to uppercase, for example, you can do it right here and have a look. So now this is uppercase. So this is it. Now obviously in here you see that I'm returning a string, but if you return an integer, so if I say 1 and then maybe 2 and then 3, so maybe this is the integer representation, then obviously you need to change this to an integer to match, just like that. And you can see that we can compile and run our code. So if I run this, have a look. So now it's 1 in here. If you have any questions on this, please give me a shout. But don't worry, I'm going to give you exercises so you can practice all of this.